Welcome to Hatching Creativity. This isn't just another behavioral health podcast. This is the place where thought leaders converge to talk about real-life challenges, breakthroughs, and pivotal aha moments. Thanks for tuning in to Hatching Creativity. In this episode, I get the chance to speak with Greg Goushian. He's the CEO of Recovery Beach Treatment Center in Southern California, and we speak about the best pieces of business advice he's received and how he executed it. If you like what you hear, please like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends about the Hatching Creativity podcast.
We're live at the West Coast Symposium in Palm Springs, California. I'm here with Greg Goushian from Recovery Beach Recovery Center. Greg, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Greg Goushian, CEO at Recovery Beach. We're a 33-bed inpatient facility for substance abuse, detox, and residential levels of care in the middle of Orange County, offering accessible, quality treatment, individualized, lots of unique services, lots of opportunities to provide help for those who aren't getting it in the area. Really grateful to be here, Mike, and looking forward to the conversation.
Thank you. As someone who's been in the industry for how many years?
It's been about 12 now.
So Greg's been in the industry for 12 years. I met you. You were doing more marketing and business development, training, leadership, and leadership on the business side.
Right.
After all these years of working in so many different aspects of the industry, what would be the one piece of business advice that you would offer to somebody who's trying to get better or learn new things?
I think you kind of answered my question already. Right there is don't stop trying to get better and learning new things. My biggest piece of advice in general, whether it's this industry, any industry, in your professional life, you can't stop learning and you can't stop getting better, and don't ceiling yourself. You know, whether you're in a corporate role, if it's a W-2 job, if you're an entrepreneur, there's always an opportunity to get better. And it's tough, you know, for guys, especially like myself, anyone who's been more so on the sales, the business side, the marketing side, ego is always a really big thing. And I mean, I remember 12 years ago when I first got into the industry, I came here from doing pharma sales. So medical sales, everybody thinks they have a big head. Everybody thinks they know everything. I did. But once I was able to realize that I can learn from other people, and it doesn't have to be your supervisor, doesn't have to be the owner of your company. It could be someone who is your counterpart. They could have the same role as you. They could be in a lower level position. They could be a janitor. You know, you can learn something from everyone. And if you can get yourself into that mindset and out of the I know everything mindset, then you're going to grow in a way that you never could otherwise. And, you know, in 12 years, honestly, I think I've grown the most in the past maybe 18 months because specifically of that. It took most of my career to get there, but that shift is what brought me to where I'm at now. And I'm continuing to see a steep slope up because I'm learning things that I haven't learned before. You know, speaking with guys like you, I never dove into the compliance aspect. You know, I never dove into that side of things and learning things. And now I want to know, not only because it can help me run my business, but it also helps me get connected with other people in other aspects of this space and other spaces. And not only does it help you in your job today, but there's always a next step. And you don't know what's going to happen in 5 years, 10 years. If one day this whole thing blows up and there's no more treatment and I got to do something else, I'm fine because I have connections. I have a network. I've learned things and skills that are applicable in other spaces. And I think if everybody can kind of focus on that, then you get to the point where, like I said, you're growing for yourself, not just within your organization. And that's transferable anywhere. You can take that. That's always yours. Nobody can ever take that away from you.
It's true. You know, it's funny because one of the pieces of advice I give to people very often is talk to everybody.
Yes.
And don't just talk to people because you want to get something from them or you need something from them or you think that there's something valuable or be looking for something valuable. Talk to people to authentically get to know them. And what ends up happening is you start to learn different things from different people, different ways that you can add value to your life and improve. And I think that they kind of blend together what you're saying. Do you have any thoughts on how to evaluate where you may be stronger in areas or where you may have areas that need to be improved?
Yeah.
At least for self-reflection.
I think take a look at what you've done well in your recent years or historically. You know, So in my example, right, on the business development side, I've always been able to network and make connections and learn ways for any type of business acquisition, not just, client acquisition in our case, but in any other business sales. You have to be creative because there's no path. When you get a job description in sales, it doesn't say do this, and this in these amount of time. You have to figure it out for the most part. And
everybody's personality is different.
And everybody's personality is different. But if, like, again, if you can kind of just make that shift, you just get to the point where you like almost figure it out organically. And that's what really helped me out a lot in that aspect. And I think, again, to look outside of just this particular industry, there's so much beyond what we're doing here, but to figure out a way to make it transferable.
What is the best thing you've picked up? Best little nugget you've picked up since you've been here?
Oh man. You mean specifically at this conference or just in general? So I think, and maybe not just this conference, but conferences in general, like you said, when speaking to everybody, you come into something like this and you have the people you think you want to meet with. Obviously, us, we're friends. We work together in a lot of ways. You have your priorities, and then you have, okay, maybe I should connect with this organization or this. But to go in without more of a game plan and talk to everybody, you'll realize you're going to meet somebody that you didn't have any intention of meeting. And that's going to be one of the most valuable connections you made here. And that happened to me every single time I went to any conference, any event. And it didn't happen to me yet, but I know I'm going to meet somebody here I've never seen before. I've never heard of their company before. And that's going to provide value to me, my company, my career. And just don't say no to anybody. Just, well, why not? Walk these aisles and say hi to everyone.
So what's really great is this was about this interview and conversation was really to ask Greg to give you one piece of good advice, and he just gave you two. So take that for what it's worth. You guys just have some really good info.
Thanks for tuning in to Hatching Creativity. We appreciate your support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and tell all your friends about the show. And remember, it's never just about one thing.